expense ratio or the 70-30 expense ratio formula from the boot camp, it's always going to be closer to that 60% number, especially if you have older homes or it's a smaller property. And water, it could eat away your entire everything. Like, that's the most dangerous thing. You have to figure out who's paying for the water. What's the infrastructure like? Has that guy replaced any of the water lines? When was it built? What are the pipes made of? Because that stuff's going to come up eventually. It's better to talk about it now than, 45 days in, and then you got to try to get your earnest money back when the clay lines or the Orangeburg is collapsed. But I'll tell you what the Spark is probably worth right now. And, the Metro is going to affect it too. So what Metro is it in?
When you say metro, do you need me to mention what city it's in? Or
Yeah, well, kind of like if it's in, like what major city is it near?
it's close to. Just give me 1 minute. I think it's like 30 minutes away from Greensboro, North Carolina.
Okay, I love North Carolina.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm coming up with like 260,000. That number is what I would say, Mr. Eagle mobile home park owner. If you can get comfortable with 255,000, then, we could try to get this wrapped up within 90 days. Is that something you could get comfortable with? Oh no, man. I had an offer for 1.2 million last year. Okay, why are you talking to me? Why didn't you take it?
Paul, why don't you jump in and ask questions about the valuation?
Hey, Khalid, how far away is this community from where you live?
Can you say that again?
How far away? How far away is the community from where you live?
It's 35 minutes away from me because I live in Burlington, so it's 35 minutes away from me.
Did he give you a price as to how much he wants to sell it for?
Yeah, he told me he wanted $300,000. And then he said he's open to seller finance. He said I should prepare my terms, and if he likes it, he said he would accept it.
Well, Paul, what should we do?
No, it's definitely, I mean, the fact that he does some kind of financing is a really good thing for you. The fact that it's 30 minutes away, it's going to require a lot of effort on your part. It sounds like it's a community that's been undermanaged and probably had a lot of deferred maintenance. You're going to have a lot of expense with those homes. In a 10-house park, it's obviously a good starter park if you get it for the right price. Just know that it's going to take a lot of sweat equity on your part to get it all dialed in. This is definitely a push community. The guy has no records. He probably has water. He probably has water issues. He's got septic. You're going to want to get inspected on the septic. So there's a whole bunch of things in due diligence you're going to do before you consider making an offer. You don't think decent price, but there's a lot of variables in here. One of the first things that I think Katrina promotes is once you have this code, just go to bestplaces.net and you'll get a pretty good idea of where your rents need to be. And if you look at some of her old videos about one of the best places and just getting an idea of the demographics of that area and what you're going to be able to get the price. So I would definitely, you've got some work to do. It's not something on this one phone call where we can try to tell you what you need to do. It's going to take a few more phone calls with communication to help you out there.
I like that approach too, Paul. It's like, that's why I don't mess with the OMs. And this is a 37 cap on day one. If you infill 37 homes and bring in 50 tenants and convert them all to so we don't want to show the what it could be, you can figure that out on your own. We just want to show you like what's happening on the ground today. And then you can kind of figure out where that's going to go.
So can I just recommend something, because we are going to be wrapping out momentarily, but Khalid, for you to understand, and we go through the steps of deal evaluation on our deal or no deal calls, and in the chat, I put in the website, the MHP Tribe website, where we host all the calls from our deal evaluation, deal evaluation meetings. So you can go on there and see how we evaluate deals, and it hopefully will be clear. On the other side, I I don't see how to get, I mean, there are so many considerations with the smaller park, right? Because think about not just how you're gonna buy it, but how you're gonna exit out of it. Because as Jason said, on the smaller park, and I think we had a call not too long time ago, I think maybe it was just a month ago, consideration between large and small parks. So I would just suggest go and rewatch this, because with the smaller parks, it's not just how you buy it and how you finance it, but also so many things, how you operate it, how you exit out of it.
Okay.
And you
So-
also want to see what his monthly bills actually look like. If he can't provide you records, that's a red flag. It's not going to be bankable anyway, so he's going to have to carry it. But he has to have some sort of record of where his bills are, because out of the, potential 3,650 that you're taking in a month right now, like $1,200 of that is going to come out immediately to the seller. That's assuming you put 50 grand down.
Okay,
And
But-
I can help you through that too offline.
please.
Yeah.
I'd appreciate it.
You see, there's definitely a lot to go through, considerations, even looking at the park. I mean, there are so many variables, as we all know. Evaluating and looking, I mean, there are the condition of infrastructure. Just think about this. Every single repair on a smaller scale park can be potentially devastating if you don't come in with enough reserves and don't know what's hiding underneath the ground. Or, for example, it could be a small park, but on a very large woody a lot of land, and then you will be cutting those trees and mowing the grass at the expense of $500 a month. What is it gonna do to your bottom line, right? It's gonna be pretty devastating. So there is so much to consider, and I would invite you to look at the evaluations that we do, because before you even go call all the parks in the area, you can just go and check out on the best places under housing stats, just eyeball what's the average studio rent. At least you can do that, divide it by 2 and see what comes back. Maybe if it comes back as local studio rent is $500, I mean, your lot rent is approximately going to be 250-ish, maybe 300. So if you're in the ballpark or not. And even 250 will be way too rich for my taste. I don't know if I would buy it for 120,000, because no, seriously, if this is a 60% expense ratio, which I truly believe it could be, then your NOI is 12 grand a year. But also think about this. What is it going to do for you? Is it going to really move the needle on the scale? Like, what are you trying to achieve for your family? Because park is going to take your time one way or another, big or small, it's still going to take your time. But is it worth it? That's the question to ask, I think.
Can I say something on that?
Sure.
I have on a parallel full custody of my daughter since she was 3. She's 10 now. And people say, oh, you know, dads don't always get full custody. But to talk about what Kat was just talking about, some people are at different stages in their life and they're okay with that type of property, Kat, where, you know, maybe I'm not, you know, I know you're not, I know Mario's not. But the thing that is ringing in my head right now is this guy David that I'm working with. He's from Canada and he's moved to the United States because his cousins are so successful in the industry. And he's having such a hard time getting financed because he just moved here. The only deal he can buy is a seller finance deal. And what that deal will do for him is put him in a position to say, I'm an operator the next time he goes to a bank versus this is my first time around. So for him, he's taking that risk to build that empire. And I think that's kind of what it's all about. But the risk has to be calculated and you have to do your due diligence. And you can't just, you know, take it for a grain of salt. And when there's smoke, you know, there's a fire for sure.
Well, Jason, thank you very much. That's awesome and the great insights. And thank you very much for sharing your insights and wisdom with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, Khalid, good luck. And guys, thank you very much for joining tonight. Jason put in his information in the chat, so feel free to grab it, reach out, and you see the deals. Contact Jason, ask him questions, buy his deals, and operate the park your way. You know, do the business your way. And best of luck. Have an awesome week, and we'll see you next Monday.
Thanks for the link, Paul.
Have a good one, guys. Have a great week.
Have a great day.
Khalid, you can reach out